Alright, so in the last video I showed you how to create a list of random numbers with no repetition in C, and I'd like to do that in MIPS. Now before I show you how to do that, I need to show you how to create random numbers in MIPS. So in this short video that's what I'll do, and then in the next video we'll convert all the C that we did to MIPS. Okay. So you can do that in MIPS by first specifying the upper bound of your random int, and you can do that by putting that upper bound in A1. So you can say add immediate A1, and we can do 0, and let's say 10 for now. And then you want to put the value 42 in V0. So you want to put 42 here. And right now, if I do a syscall, what's going to happen is it'll actually generate a random number between 0 and 10, not including 10, and it'll store that random value in A0. So every time there's a syscall and the value of 42, the value of V0 is 42, and the value of A1 is 10, it'll generate a random number between 0 and 10, excluding 10. So let me do multiple syscalls here so we can kind of see the multiple random numbers that are generated. And if I assemble, and right now I execute this one and this one, after executing this syscall, you will see that at A0 there will be a random number between 0 and 9. So I do that, and you can see that I have 5 here. I do that again, and you will see that right now I have 9. I do that one more time, and I have 3, one last time, and I have 0. Okay, so that's how you generate random numbers in MIPS. Of course, I could print those values. So if you remember, to print a value in MIPS, I have to put 1 in V0, and then I have to put the value that I want to print in A0. But because syscall puts the random value in A0, I don't need to change A0. All I need to do is change V0. So I can set V0 to be 1, and I can do syscall. Right? Because this syscall is gonna assign a random number to A0. This syscall, because there's a 1 here, will use the value in A0, and it'll print it here in the console view. And after that, maybe I can generate another random number. So maybe I can change V0 to 42. And this syscall is going to generate a random number between 0 and 10, again excluding 10. And it'll assign it to A0. And for me to print A0, I can add immediate, change V0 to 1, and I can do a syscall. So this syscall will generate a random number, this syscall will print it, random number, print it. And for me to print a new line after this one, maybe I can say add immediate V0. If you remember that, it's going to be 11, and I do syscall, but right now I want to change A0 to 10, which is a new line. Add immediate A0 0 10, and that's going to print a new line. So again, let me just explain that to you again, and then we'll run it. This syscall will generate a random number because we have 42 in V0, and the random number will be between 0 and 9, and this random number will be assigned to A0. That's how it works. Now here, this syscall will print A0 because that's what it does when the value of V0 is 1. And right now I want to change the value of A0 to 10, and I want to print it, but I want to print the character that corresponds to this ASCII code 10. So that's going to print a new line, and this one is going to generate a new random number because I have 42 here and I still have 10 in A1, so it'll still be between 0 and 9. And this one's going to print that number because when you have 1 in V0, it'll print whatever is in A0. And that's what this syscall will do. It'll assign a random number to A0. So if I assemble, and if I go 1, 2, that's gonna generate a random number and it'll assign it to A0. And because I put 1 in V0 and I do syscall, it'll actually print that random number. You can see it here. And right now I want to put 10 in A0, which is the ASCII code of a new line. And I put 11 in V0. And right now when I do syscall, because we have 11 in V0, it'll actually print the new line character. And then I want to put 42 in V0. And when I do a syscall, because we have 42 in V0, it'll actually create a random number between 0 and 9, and it'll assign it to A0. And if you look here, you will see that we have 3 in A0 just by coincidence, you know. And right now we have 1 in V0, and we print that, and they happen to be both 3. Now again, that's a coincidence. So if I go back to the edit and if I assemble again, I can hit play, display, and it'll run all the code, you know, at once, and you will see that we won't see 3, 3. We're gonna see 9, 8. So I assemble again, I hit play, 9, 7. Assemble again, play again, 4, 3. So that's how you do random numbers in MIPS. And in the next video, we'll look at the C code and we'll translate the entire C code to MIPS. Stop this video.